When you notice and experience design around you, it helps to build your design confidence. Hi everyone, it's Carol from Discover Interior Design, and I'm so glad you're here. Well, in this video, I'm going to give you some ways to experience and notice design around you. And the goal is for you to kind of practice your design skills, but also to kind of build your confidence so that you feel more comfortable and feel more knowledgeable about design. And in this video, we are going to get a refresher on symmetrical balance, so one of our interior design principles, and ways to kind of practice noticing symmetrical balance around us. So let's get started and have some fun noticing symmetrical balance. Symmetrical balance is one of the interior design principles, and I always think of them as a guide for us. Things that we need to incorporate into our designs, into our rooms, into our home, so that we create a harmonious look to everything. And one thing about symmetrical balance is that it's part of the way that we bring a balanced look to a room or to our home. And there are different types of balance where we can do that. But symmetrical balance is one way where we can create a very structured, almost formal, but also predictable and also calming way of bringing elements together. When we use symmetrical balance in a way in our room or in a grouping of objects, it means that we could draw an imaginary line down the center of some arrangement of different elements, or down a design, down the center of a design, and be able to notice that it's a mirror image on either side of that imaginary line. Everything is centered and spaced out evenly, and spaced out so there's a sense of equilibrium within that design or within that arrangement. And symmetrical balance is one of the key ways that we design or group things together so that we really do create kind of a structured look. And we can find many examples of symmetrical balance in our home. One is just looking at built-in features. In a bathroom, the mirror is most likely centered over the vanity or the sink, and the faucet is centered as well. And if we were going to draw a line down the center of that entire grouping, we would notice that it's a mirror image on either side. And centering everything in a symmetrically balanced way in that area is really vital to making sure that that area is functional. Another example of symmetrical balance in our home could be where we are arranging things in a symmetrically balanced way. Maybe we center a sofa on a wall, and if we were to draw a line down the center of that sofa, down the center of that wall, we would notice that there's a mirror image on either side. Or another example of that could be we place a bed centered on a wall and artwork centered over the bed. And that would be another example of symmetrical balance. And what about outside? We can look at the interior of our home, but what about going outside and looking at the exterior of the building where we live? Depending upon the era and also what the architect had in mind, they may have used symmetrical balance to design the look and feel of that building. And if the building doesn't have an overall symmetrical balance design to it, even if the building where we live in isn't symmetrically balanced, there may be areas that are symmetrically balanced. Maybe that's where the front entrance is and that entire area is symmetrically balanced. Or maybe we zoom in and notice a window and the framing and the mullions and the design of that window is actually using symmetrical balance. So what I would love for you to do is take some time in your busy week and to notice symmetrical balance around you. See if you can identify 3 different areas inside your home where symmetrical balance is being used, whether that's something that's built in or something that you did, and how you plan something in a symmetrically balanced way. Then I want you to go outside and notice the exterior of the building where you live. Can you find 3 examples of symmetrically balanced designs on the exterior of your home? And if you can't find any examples, can you look across the street or look next door or when you're out and about and notice that happening in other types of buildings? And then as a bonus, if you notice all of those things, can you notice symmetrical balance in other types of design? So you could be looking at fashion and apparel or even graphic design. And notice if you can spot some other examples of symmetrical balance and how a designer used that to create whatever it is that they were working on. So share what you find in the comments and just have some fun kind of building your design skills and building your design confidence and having some fun noticing design and experiencing design around you. Let me know if you have any questions and anything else you would love to share about this topic. Thanks so much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Take care.